Good day, everyone. We're here to present a group's business pitch. So, the e-commerce industry has seen steady and significant growth over the last 3 years, and just recently experienced a sudden boom due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Filipinos, in particular, have started to adapt to this sudden shift in digital with the use of e-wallets like GCash and PayMaya, and have also started to take advantage of this $12 billion industry by setting up their own online businesses. However, companies and entrepreneurs weren't the only ones who tried to tap into the potential of e-commerce, because with the sharp rise in digital transactions comes the increased risk in scams and hacks. It was reported that digital fraud in the Philippines had increased by 119% during the lockdown, and one of the most common ways Filipinos were getting scammed was through group orders, or locally known as SaBuy. Since there are no dedicated applications or platforms for group orders, issues like difficulty in reaching sufficient group order quotas and being scammed by sellers are fairly common and turn potential customers away from group ordering. So let's say that you want to buy a product from abroad. However, ordering alone directly would cost so much, and the fees would probably be equal to the amount of the product you're buying itself. So you try to find others you can order with. And right now, the only available options are group orders and SaBuys rampant on Facebook, Twitter, and websites. Sellers or group order managers usually use social media platforms by making an account and getting more and more followers as they handle more and more group orders. And from this, we've gathered data and saw a very promising market size, especially for group orders for Korean goods. But with the mentioned problem of fraud with online transactions, you might think twice before going for this type of group orders. With that, we present to you SaBuy. SaBuy is the first digital platform in the Philippines solely dedicated to group orders for overseas goods. Unlike group orders where DTI registration is not really a requirement, the application will give buyers the assurance of getting the service from a legitimate business entity. And SaBuy also creates a reliable and cost-effective platform that streamlines processes for local users. Transactions between buyers and sellers will be more efficient without the burden of authenticity risks and expensive additional fees. The application can also cater to local wholesalers who offer products from abroad to local retail customers. SaBuy can also help sellers whose available products only depend on buyers' preferences take advantage of the platform instead of processing individual small quantity orders and processing paperwork for each one of them. These sellers can work on the group order as a whole, and this will help them generate less costs on their operations and, as a result, improve their efficiency.
The order process starts with the consumers placing their orders on the app through group order managers. These managers then, upon the deadline of ordering, bulk buy the products from the stores. Once the quota is reached, the purchases will be shipped to the GO managers in the Philippines, who will then sort and deliver them individually to the customers. Meanwhile, to ensure that all orders will push through, customers will be given the choice to pay in full or half to give them flexible payment options, especially those who are new to the process. The platform will only relay the 50% down payment, less the commission fees to the GO managers upon confirmation. Customers who only paid for the down payment must settle their accounts before the delivery of the product for them not to be penalized. As the individual buyers receive their orders and no transaction problems occur, the platform will release the remaining 50% of the payment to the GO managers. SaBuy doesn't offer a cash-on-delivery method, but ensures systematic and reliable screening of GO managers to promote safe and legitimate transactions for both end users. Here is a sample prototype to give you a glimpse of how our platform will look and work. Users can browse through different categories and group order managers. They can also check active group orders detailed with cutoff dates and estimated time of arrivals. Upon selection of items and order confirmation, app users will be immediately directed to the checkout page where they will be choosing their mode of payment as explained in the payment process. But all of these explanations boil down to just one big question. What can SaBuy offer to the higher ups? Where is the money? One way to generate returns will be through commission fees to be charged to the users. For every item a user purchases through the platform, a fixed percentage of the cost of that item will be charged by SaBuy. Second, group order managers are charged with monthly subscription fees. This is a good revenue opportunity, most especially because of GO managers whose sales depend mostly on the platform. They will ensure that the revenue of SaBuy continues. Another source of revenue is the in-app product advertisements, where geo managers can opt to boost their sales by being the most frequent store to appear on the platform whenever a user searches for a product. Third-party brands and stores can also widen their reach by partnering with SaBuy through in-app promotions such as banner ads. In short, SaBuy can also earn through brand and store impressions. Considering our limited budget as a startup, SaBuy will start as a one-way platform that collates and conducts group orders for specific categories of products from South Korea, Japan, China, and USA. For the first 3 years, group orders will just focus on buyers from the Philippines. In this pilot period, we will continually test the app's reliability and problem management capabilities. We shall then take the opportunity to expand the application's order receiving market to other Southeast Asian countries, starting with Singapore. SaBuy will also penetrate a wider market by adding more countries to order from, starting with Thailand and European nations such as Germany. In its 6th year, we will expand our market to Indonesia and also source products from France and Italy. SaBuy will still continue to conduct market research for potential expansions. This will be our way to make our platform well established, which will eventually lead us to our vision of making SaBuy a two-way market that collects orders both from local and overseas users. Along with the rise of the e-commerce industry, the emerging threat of online scams and other transaction legitimacy issues in traditional pasabays, the lack of a market fit solution that will ensure a safe and secure transaction further enhances SaBuy's potential in penetrating the industry. There are endless opportunities SaBuy could still incorporate to improve its scope. The app may soon have a feature allowing customers to personally suggest or request products to be offered. We could also extend a helping hand to our geo managers by having a centralized shipping system that will lessen the burden on the managers. And as we continue to tap for more potential partners with the hopes of further increasing the app's revenues, this will entail a higher ROI, making every penny invested in SaBuy worth it.